Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. Tonight, we are taking a look at a couple guys that I have recently acquired. One through let's see, did we get it Big Bad Toy Store or did we get it Amazon? I'm thinking it was Amazon. Yes, we got one Amazon and one we actually saw in the wilds of Walmart. And I thought I'd just show them off so that if you are interested in either of these guys, you get a chance to look at them before you decide whether you want them or not. And you know what? You may. I'm just gonna say you may. So, tonight we see Kyoji. Hello, Kyoji. So let's do our welcomes. It is a Thursday night and a little bit of a more subdued live stream. So we are having some hot tea with a little bit of adult embellishment in it. And so a toast to Kyoji, because it would not be a live stream without Kyoji. And, of course, Monica. And Retrobot. We gotta toast Retrobot, buddy. I feel like when I'm toasting Retrobot, I should be toasting with motor oil or something like that. There we go. Also, I'm not sure whether that's good or bad, but, you know, you do you, pal. And, let's also toast Wesley, because Wesley is asleep on my lap, and, he really wanted to be there. So, we've got Wesley. So, a quiet toast to Wesley, because we don't want to disturb him. Poor kitty. He's so tired. Oh, and Nathan Fillion! A toast to Nathan Fillion! So, tonight we are looking at Transformers, War for Cybertron, Earthrise, Fasttrack, and Transformers, War for Cybertron, Earthrise, Runamuck. And, oh, Connie is here! A toast to Connie! And, Nathan Fillion is asking where is Crusher. He is referring to Dudley Crusher, which he has insisted that Dudley's name needed to be Crusher because we already had a cat, Wesley, because Wesley, Crusher, okay. And I guess that would make Wesley's last name Do-Right. So it's Wesley Do-Right and Dudley Crusher. Yeah. You know, I'll toast that because this has just the right amount of love in it, and it's very good. Hi, Connie. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at what we've got here. You can see our stars of the show next to their Gen 1 counterparts, and let me tell you, these guys really had a lot of room to grow. These are some characters that you didn't see a whole lot of over the last like 30 years. This is called a glow up. This is what is called when you when you grow up and look fabulous. Got it. Okay, so I am learning new terminology today. This is a glow up. They're growing and glowing. Growing and glowing. I don't understand new terminology. It's hard. It's very hard. So we've got original Gen 1 Fasttrack, who admittedly Fasttrack. Let's just go ahead and take a look at the original Gen 1 version. This guy would be from 1986. 1987, I think. Let's see. This would have been a year after they went... Yeah, this would have been during the Rebirth series. And so that would have been following the 1986 movie, so that would have been 1987. This is essentially the free guy that came with Scorponok. So if you got Transformers Headmaster's Scorponok in 1987, and he was the big scorpion guy, turned into a base, and more importantly turned into a giant robotic scorpion, which was awesome, by the way, then this guy came with him. And he's holding a couple little guns. You can take the guns out. So he does have hands. No posability on this guy. I mean, you can sort of have him in a seated position, but his legs are fused. His arms have no elbow joints. He's a little bit of a parts former, because you can actually take the arms off, and then you could use them. I want to say that you could stick them other places on Scorponok. That was usually what these things were for. But in his transform, you just fold him over. He kind of reminds me of GoBot's Tank. Definitely a little bit of GoBot's Tank, where he just kind of folds over. Tank, he just left his arms at his sides, and then you had to add the guns. So, and you didn't even do anything with the feet in Tank. But Tank also didn't have these cool 6 wheels. So yeah, this. And Tank is one of the few GoBots that we don't have Tank. And I had him when I was a kid, and my dad, threw him away with all the wooden Transformers that I built when I was a small child. My dad is gone, and I should have forgiven him by now. I'm going to drink alcoholic beverages to try and forget this memory. I've forgiven him, but I do not forget. So this is Fasttrack, and as the little extra bonus characters that you would get with a city transformer go, this guy's pretty cool. I like this vehicle mode. It's it's very alien. It's obviously some kind of robotic drone type thing, but it works, and I can absolutely see this rolling out a Scorponok and shooting at Autobots, or even being like a repair droid. These could be like arc welder type things, and going up and bzz, bzz, oh, I need arms. Bzz, 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 oh, you still haven't given me arms. Bzz, bzz. Just going bzz doesn't fix the arms, and so it's like bzz, bzz, I already have arms. So that's what he would be able to do, and being able to move them up and down is pretty cool, and of course the 6-wheeled thing is pretty cool. So as for what he is, I'd say that he's actually pretty good. He's actually pretty good. We'll go ahead and also I'm a sucker for guys that are really easy and fast to transform. No paint deco on this guy whatsoever. Yeah, you've got molded in details, but there's nothing, no colors added. And so we start with that, and then we never see another version of this guy. Did he come with stickers? That is an interesting question. Did he come with stickers? Well, you know what? I just happen to have the wiki page for him open, and let's take a look at the image, because to be honest, I don't remember. It doesn't look like he had stickers. No stickers. So yeah, He is what he is. Now, that version is a little bit less stained. You know, unfortunately, Scorponok, like many of my original Transformers toys, suffered the fate of the fire that happened when I was in 9th grade in my house, and he's still got a little bit of smoke stain on him. But other than that, he held up okay. Much better than Scorponok himself, who got stepped on by one of the firemen, and one of the ramps got broken, and the repair bay thing got broken. It was very sad. I try not to think about it. Instead, I drink this tea. So. And see, if you've got wounds from your childhood, then everybody knows that the way to handle it is to drink alcoholic beverages to make yourself feel better. Oh, wait, I mean, no, don't do that. But lovingly made hot tea that your beautiful wife very carefully crafted for you, that is love. See, it's all in how you phrase it. So yeah, this is where we started. Now let's see where we've gone. This is the new Fasttrack. This is the first version of Fasttrack that we've gotten since 1987. That's a long time. That is a long time. That's what, 33 years? Is that 33 years? Holy man. Yeah, obviously, we have seen other versions of Scorponok over the years. Scorponok was a prominent character in the Beast Wars series, or at least a character by the name of Scorponok was a prominent character in the Beast Wars series. And then we saw Scorponok during the Energon series. So Scorponok has had love over the years, but he's never been paired with Fasttrack again. And so Fasttrack has just been kind of left in the annals of Cybertronian history for people like me to look back on with nostalgia and feed it to a space robot. So let's see. Oh, Mark Lungo and Cheeky Boy are here. Have we seen Mark? Yes, okay, yeah. So, a toast to Mark Lungo. Welcome back, Mark. And a toast to Cheeky Boy. Thank you so much for showing up on a Thursday night. And so, just to catch you up, we were just talking about Fasttrack here. This is the original Gen 1 version that came with original Gen 1 Scorponok, and he turns into this thing. And now we are looking at the new Transformers War for Cybertron Earthrise Fasttrack. And wow, you know, that's one that we can just say, wow, look at him. He looks great. You know, obviously a lot of care has been put into making him reminiscent of the original, but he is so much more posable. You know, he's got full articulation. He's got his shoulder joints, he's got elbow joints, he's got swivels, he's got wrist movement, he's got leg movement, he's got feet movement, he's still got 6 wheels, he's got the guns in the back, which can completely encapsulate the hands, and that's important. So you can let him do this, and let's go ahead and go to the side camera so you can actually see what he's doing. And he looks cool. His body design actually kind of reminds me of Optimus Prime with the 2 windshields. I want to turn him into a truck. I really want to turn him into a truck. And see, that's where this guy that's where this guy gets interesting, because as most of you probably know, this version of Fasttrack like his, actually, similar to the original, this guy is a parts former. And this is something that they introduced with the Siege line. They created these characters that are designed to break into pieces and turn into weapons and armor for other Transformers characters, but they also have transforms, but you take them apart to transform them. So with Fasttrack here, you take him apart, and he's got some very interesting parts. You've got the upper torso here, and you've got the arms that come off, and see there's actually 2 holes in there. So if you wanted to, you could give him a lower shoulder and elongate the arm. I like the higher shoulder better. I think that it's a little bit more, I'm a big tough robot guy. I'm fast track. I got shoulders. I'm like a Pittsburgh Steeler. That's for you, Nathan Fillion. Okay, I'm a Pittsburgh Steeler. I got big shoulders. I'm tough. See? Yes. Oh, and Sean Shago is here. Hey, a toast to Sean Shago. You just saw me make a football reference. Yeah, that's something to drink towards. So there you go. I hope Nate stuck on long enough to see that there was a Steelers reference. That's what I hope, because I don't make those lightly, especially since I know nothing about sports. But anyway, so the arms come off, and they do that, and you have this back piece, and this back piece is very cool. Okay, this back piece, it does this, and you see how it has this peg. This is a 5mm peg. Well, it's got these 2 hinges, and it folds up like that, turning it into this, which is sort of some kind of a cockpit or something, and then they've got another 5mm peg that comes out the bottom. That's cool! I mean, that is so cool! That is such nice engineering. Just very, very clever. It's the little things that make these things so interesting, and I love seeing stuff like that. The minds that go into figuring out how they want to do this stuff. I wish that I could be in the same room with them for a day. But and then you have the lower torso here that turns into a lower torso. And you have the legs, and there's also this little piece right here, which has a 5mm hole here, and then it has this rectangular hole on this side, which can engage the little notch in the back of one of the Titan Masters figures. So, if you need to have Zarek from... In fact, wait here, we just happen to have... Wait here. Oh, I just popped off the visor. So, I've got the head of Scorponok here, and we've got Zarek, and so his, he's got that... Oh, thank you for catching that, Wesley. So, here, take a look. So, he's got this little tab on the back of his heel. And all of the Titan Masters have this. It's used pretty commonly for them to be able to sit in things and stay stuck. So that actually engages with that so that he can sit on that. And I'll show you how that actually works when I transform him here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the legs and you're going to fold in the thighs. And then you can just do that. And you can do that. Now, for the transform, I don't think that I actually had to detach. Yeah, actually, let's not, I take back what I just said about folding in those thighs. Because I've taken them all apart, and I don't have to, at least, It's a lot harder to pick things up when I drop them when I've got Wesley asleep on my lap. So, thank you for helping, Wesley. I love my cat. He is so sweet. So anyway, let's go ahead and put put the legs back on, because you don't actually have to take the legs off in order to transform him. What we're going to do is we're going to flip around these things, get them out of the way. So we're going to do that. You see how they're up? They kind of make this fork shape. And then you're going to fold the legs over just like this, and make sure they snap all the way down, and then flip down the foot to meet up with that half fork. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So that gives you your nice little 6-wheeled base. Huh? Yeah? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm liking it. And then we take... so if you remember, this thing started out like this. Well, now we're going to do this. And we are also going to... We're going to take this piece. We're going to flip the head around. And then there's 2 holes here and 2 pegs here. And we are going to put those together. So now you have a thing like that. And then from there, let's see. It does something. Oh, yeah. Okay, so they have some very clever... You see these little tiny nubs here in the knees? I better show this on the other camera. So we've got these little tiny nubs right here and right there. Well, those engage these little holes that are right in here. And so that allows everything to snap together. There's some other little nubs, some little nubs here and some other little rectangular holes there. So all of those will magically line up to allow this to do this. And now you can see where this is going. And so from here, you can take the arms, and if you want to extend them out a little bit further so that he has a little bit longer reach, that's a good use for these upper holes that I didn't use before. You don't have to. You could just leave them right in there, you know. But I'm going to go ahead and move them forward since I can. And then we've got this last little piece here. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn it so that the rectangular hole is on top. We're going to plug it into the hole in the back of the head. Just like that. And then we can take our Zarek figure and, you know, put his arms forward because it's important for him to feel like he's driving. There we go. And now he's precariously poised on the back of that vehicle. He doesn't go inside. He just kind of rides on a plank that barely supports his butt. I don't know. If I were Zarek, I would probably not be feeling super stable. Like, especially if I'm riding into battle, like on the uppermost part of this little tank vehicle, almost like a target. It's like, hey, you know, sort of like when you're at the carnival and you see those games where you have to spray the squirt gun and there's that little tin target that you have to hit. Okay, well, that's what Zarek looks like on top of one of these. This is the part that you hit. You hit this and everything else just goes to crap. So yeah, strategically, I feel like that's a flaw, but wait, we can fix it. Tell me I can do it. Oh, it doesn't fit. This was going to be clever. It was going to be, I was going to turn him over and he was going to be hanging upside down and it was going to be very, very amusing, and it was not. So, here's what we'll do. We'll just put it, yeah, we'll do that. And so now he's, he can just sort of hang out there. And look, he's, you know, you can barely tell he's there. That is riding in style. Except, you know, now there's a Zarek face. Just kind of, you know, it's just kind of being very face-like right there. That is one of the things with the Titan Masters. They didn't do anything to disguise the faces. They gave up on that second wave of headmasters 33 years ago. The first ones had a little panel in the forehead that would collapse over the face so that you wouldn't see face in the back. And then by the time they got to their second wave, it's like, screw that. There's just going to be a big robot face. Deal with it. So, let's see. Kyoji says, reminds me of a G.I. Joe cross-country sitting on top of the Havoc. You know what? You are correct, Kyoji. Yes. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be... Wait, here. I'm gonna just turn the camera. Yeah, I don't want to be him. That guy's dead. That's how you get shot. You ride up on top on a chair and guns at your sides. I know it's play value. You want to have places for the figures to go. But ooh gosh, I don't even really feel all that great being underneath the glass and operating the thing, but at least I'm imagining that it's like bulletproof polycarbonate or something. But the guy on top, that's the guy who goes to a Star Trek convention dressed in a red shirt. So, and Joy is here! A toast to Joy! Yo, Joy! You see what I did there? Yo, Joy! So, anyway. I also feel like, does anybody remember the little tank thing that came with Sergeant Slaughter? Where, it like only went up to his waist, and then he was just like, I'll catch a missile in my teeth! And that was Sergeant Slaughter and his little tank thing. So, so yeah, this is the stated transform for Fast Track, and I will say that the stated transform looks great. I really like it. It looks good. It's very reminiscent of its Gen 1 counterpart. And once again, yeah, I can see this rolling out into battle and shooting dudes, or being like a repair drone and doing stuff. So they've done a great job of updating this concept, and it took them 33 years, but this is a really cool toy, and he looks great, and he is tons and tons of fun. When I got him the other day, I spent the evening just taking him apart and finding all sorts of different stuff that I could do with him. There's here, let's so if we take we take these things out, and we do, there's this panel in here which, see, it has this connector here. Well, this connector is that universal connector that connects to all of the other flat panel guys from the Siege line and from the Earthrise line, but not the very, very, very similar connector from Power of the Primes. Just for a second. Everybody, just back away. Just for a second. I promise. Just for a second. Hasbro, come here! It's the same dang connector! It's the same dang connector! You've just changed the spacing so that it doesn't work with your other toys. Why? Tell me, why? Why can't I connect this to Power the Prime Soundwave, huh? Can you explain that to me? You did it on purpose! You actually had to try to change it. You already had the geometry, and you said, no, don't use that existing geometry. Come up with new geometry so that it won't work with toys that we already made.
We now return to the Transformers.
But I digress. So, The orange missiles do not launch. And Mark Lungo just asked if the orange missiles launch. And unfortunately, none of the missiles in the Earthrise series launch. All of the weapons are, just plastic molded guns and things like that. We don't have any shooting missiles. We were getting them for a little while there, and then not. And then not. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Retrobot shoots missiles. Here you go, Retro Buddy. Open wide. I don't think he caught it. So anyway, you've got... See? Oh. Thank you. Space robots. So we've got this little panel here, and it's got a 5mm hole. And so we can do stuff here, and I'm trying to remember how I did this the other day. I believe, let me see here. So I did something. I did, and it happened. Just so that you know, this was something that was done and happened, and I'm doing it again, if I can remember. Oh, okay. I think I remember. Maybe. Maybe. So,
Just do it!
I don't remember what I did.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
My dreams are just gonna be dreams! All right, so let's go ahead and try it. Let's take this part off for a second. So we'll take off the legs. We'll fold in the thighs. We'll put these down, and then okay. I think that what I did, I'm remembering now. It took me a second. I'm not as young as I used to be. Flippity flu. Remembering things, it's that thing that's hard. Yeah, hard. It's hard. So I put the legs on like that, and then I did that, I think, or did I? I don't know. Don't let your dreams be dreams. I could just sit here and play with this thing all night long, but I know that there's other stuff that we want to look at. So here, wait. Let me go back to having it attached and seeing if blip 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 blip. I don't remember how I did it. Maybe I'll show it later. But, what have I done? My computer screen, I've hit the wrong button. Oh, okay, good. Oh, that was scary. So anyway, I've got a pile of parts, and maybe we'll go back to that. But the nice thing is we've got these parts, and we can put them all over Runamuck if we so choose. But we're going to set those aside for right now. And we're going to take a look at Runamuck because he is our other character who has gotten a fresh redo. Let's take a look at the Gen 1. This is Runamuck, and poor Runamuck. He used to be white, or at least kind of a cream color. And, I guess if we look in the back, he was kind of this light cream color. He has yellowed significantly over the years, but he was a battle charger, and battle chargers were sort of the Decepticons' answer to jump starters. They had the pullback and release motor in them, and then they would automatically transform into a robot that had no arms and no feet. But they have the suggestion of arms with the panels here, and the suggestions of a vacuum cleaner for a foot. Come on, Here, let's just go ahead and do this. Okay, we've got... So, if New Runamuck was cleaning up, he would be like... I mean, I'm not saying that Gen 1 Runamuck sucks, but he could. So anyway, you fold everything in and you get the little spring-loaded things to catch, and he turns into a car. He actually turns into what looks like a Trans Am, and that's pretty cool. Let's look at his vehicle mode. You know, he's got a nice vehicle mode. I mean, it's all plastic by this point. You know, you're not getting any of those nice metal parts like you got from the Diaclone series. Was he originally a Diaclone, or was... I don't feel like he was, but it's hard to say. I think that the jump starters actually were, but I'm not sure if he was. But whatever the case, whether he was a Diaclone or not, he was definitely part of the later waves where you weren't getting die-cast metal parts, and so we do have a little bit of running room. So I'm going to see if we can get him to transform. Okay, let's do this. Wait, here, let's let him continue. Oh, there we go! There we go! He did it! Yeah! Yeah, it still works. Still works. So, I will give him that. He is still able to do his battle charge. And it is cool. I mean, it's a cool feature, but, I mean, honestly, let's, I mean, that's him. Kyoji says, really wish the throttle bots had the proportions of the battle chargers instead of the squished, super deformed cars. Yeah, the throttle bots were bad. I mean, they were pretty much exactly the same transform, except without the automatic transforming feature. And I'm sorry, just having little panels... And that's supposed to be the arms. It's bad. It's so bad. Hasbro, what were you doing to us? It's just, oh man. Kyoji says the battle chargers were actually original to Hasbro and were not released in Japan because, let's face it, the Japanese kids knew that this was not good. That's what it was. Japanese kids knew better. I did not. I got this guy secondhand. This was one of many that I don't remember. This might have been originally Dawn's, but I feel like it might have been one of those ones that came with a deal. Like, you know, for those who don't know, in my childhood, my friend Don brokered lots of deals where he would barter trades where I would buy other people's Transformers collections, because as the other kids were growing out of their Transformers toys and looking to get rid of them, strangely enough, I did not. I know. I'm shocked as well. But nonetheless, that's that's not a good robot mode. Let's just be honest. It's not a good robot mode. It's bland. It's there's no posability whatsoever. It's really just kind of a car that's standing up and has a robot face. That's all it is. He really didn't get a lot of attention in related media. There were very few appearances in the comic books. I think that they might have been seen a couple of times in the cartoon in season 3. Never any showcase episodes or anything. They're background characters, and so isn't this the same kind of gimmick as the road bots? The road bots didn't automatically transform. Oh, I know the ones you're thinking of. The ones that there was a Knight Rider one, it would charge into, it would hit a wall, and then it would transform into a robot with his arms up like this, and it was very much the same gimmick. The Powertrons, that's it, Powertrons. Let's go ahead and let's just pull up Powertrons and images, and yeah, here. So if you look, these were Powertrons, and what they would do is they would go and hit a wall, and then the hoods would open up and look like arms, and then they would transform, and then they'd come back, which, you know, the fact that they came back was kind of cool. We have one, don't we? Yeah, we actually have a couple here. This one, so this one was actually licensed and made into Knight Rider. Okay, now this one obviously wasn't the one that was Knight Rider. This says Powertrons on it, but let's see if we can make this work. We're gonna try and make this work. So. Oh, there it goes. Wait here. Okay, so let me adjust the camera. I got my little blocker here because I come prepared. So yeah, we got essentially kit, except this is the unlicensed kit. So it's cat. Oh no, he didn't hit. Oh wait, here. Sorry, Wesley. I bumped Wesley. He's not happy. We're gonna try this again. So let's. Okay, third time's the charm. Okay, so that's how that works, and you know, it turns, and I'm gonna say that Powertron here, he looks like more of a robot than Runamuck. So yeah, similar gimmick, except that Runamuck just goes and kind of turns into an easel. And then and Powertron goes, hits a wall, and comes back, ready to fight. So yeah, Runamuck had a lot of room to grow. Kyoji says, with the gray bottom panels, he actually looks more like the revamped Car from Kit vs. Car. Kyoji, I love you. Yes, you are absolutely right. He looks like Car. A toast to Kyoji. I know I'm supposed to say toast and then drink, but my priority was on drinking. So,
a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist.
Thank you. So yeah, but yes, Powertrons did license to Knight Rider, and so there was a kit version. I don't know if they did a car version, but I don't think so. Which you know, I mean, this stuff writes itself. If you're gonna do kit, you got to do car, but they did not. So anyway, so that was Runamuck, original Gen 1 Runamuck. Let's take a look at the new Transformers War for Cybertron Earthrise Runamuck. And oh gosh, he looks cool. He looks cool. Look at him. He's cool. Do you see how cool he looks? He's pretty awesome. He's got posability in all of his posable parts. And look, they even put the extra wheel on the back to kind of harken back to his origins of being you know, one of these. Yeah, this is a loving. Oh, sorry about that, Runamuck. Here, you can There you go. Charge yourself. I'm going to need you to clean the floors later. So this is a loving reimagining of the character. The bright white looks fantastic. It really, really does look great. It's going to be a shame in a couple of years when this guy turns completely yellow. But before that happens, he just looks awesome. He's got posability out the wazoo. He's got so much intricate detail and styling. They knocked this one out of the park. I'm just gonna say they knocked this one out of the park. He's not perfect, and so for a figure that I love so much, I kind of hate to criticize, but I'm gonna give you the goods and the bads here. So when you transform him, his head goes into this little chest compartment here. And originally, so you can't see it on this one because somebody who owns an X-Acto knife has already corrected this problem. But also the head is a little bit tricky to get out of there. It's a tight fit, you know. Like I feel like they expected somebody with much smaller fingers to be playing with this toy, and have they met me? I mean, come on. You know what? They did provide a gun, and the gun can be used to leverage that thing out. So there we go. So here we go. So you have the head. It used to have this little vent on top. It was just a shallow vent about a 32nd of an inch tall on the top of his head. But that little vent, and I think that I'm supposed to turn his head this way so that it doesn't get stuck like it was before. Or maybe it just always kind of sticks and I always have to use the gun. But whatever the case, because of that little detail, the chest just didn't quite close 100%. It was close. It was very, very close. But when you put him into car mode, which let's go ahead and put him into car mode. So I'm going to fold in the fists, just like that. And then I am going to take this whole backpack assembly here. And it is on a double hinge. So you see, this is actually two panels here. There's this piece of car, and then there's this piece of car that are folded together. And so, they're up in robot mode, and then we're going to just kind of drop them down out of the way. And then we're also going to rotate the waist. The legs are also on double hinges. You can kind of see it inside here, just like that. So you're going to do one of these maneuvers, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side, if you can see that. So there you go. So now he's got short legs, and then you're going to fold the feet down, and that's pretty much going to turn both of those legs into the front of the car. And then we're going to swivel the arms so that these panels are to the side. The shoulders are also on a double hinge, so they're going to go up and in, up and in. And now we're going to bring the passenger compartment and the windshield forward to meet with those legs. We're going to take the back, and now we're just going to kind of smush everything together, and it's got little tabs and everything to get everything to align. And this is the car mode. Now, if you notice, that chest piece on the underside, this is just a cosmetic chest piece. It looks like the roof of a car, but he's already got a much bigger roof of a car here. So this is purely ornamental, and there's very, very little clearance here. There is almost no clearance for the wheels on this guy. And with that head detail there, the chest, the chest of the robot would just scrape. Mark Longo says, original Runamuck to new Runamuck. Why can't I be you? Why can't I be you? And Joy asks, speaking of My Little Pony, what is that MLP box behind Clay? I don't know which. This one? Okay, so let's get Weird Al Yankovic action figure off of the MOP box, and we'll just set him right over here. Oh, and he'll fall over. You gotta be good to Weird Al Yankovic action figure because he's been good to us. And so this is the Ghostbusters My Little Pony. This is Plasmane, and she is sporting a classic Ghostbusters uniform. And what series My Little Pony is this? Like series 2 or 3? Yeah, she's not one of the deer ponies. So one of the earlier styles, but still a really nice vinyl sculpt, beautifully done hair, and see, we've got, cutie marks of ghost busting and ectoplasm, and so yes, that is a Ghostbusters My Little Pony crossover named Plasmane. So there we go, answering the important questions here on Retrobot. Go-Go Andy Robo is here. Oh, well, that means that I have to pour more hot tea. There we go. And a toast to Go-Go Andy Robo, which, by the way, love your name. Toast. And he says, I was an immediate no when I first saw this guy. Hated his monochrome, never was into the original. Now I kind of want him. He looks kind of great. And that's the thing. I would not have expected a guy that's almost entirely white to look this good or to be this interesting, but he really is. Now, here's where things are, this is the downside, and you should be aware before you make a purchasing decision. Even here, you can see that he pretty much slides. His wheels barely contact the surface of the table. There's so much stuff going on under here, and it's so close. It is just, and the tolerances are such that I'm sure that in the computer, when they did the engineering, everything was just right, and there was probably like maybe a 1/16 of an inch clearance, but in practice, it's just not quite tight enough to get those wheels on the ground, and that's a shame. I can finesse him, and I can kind of squeeze things and get them tighter, but he is very hard to get to roll. He just doesn't quite roll. He comes so close, but not quite there. And that's, I'll be honest, for me, it's okay. I can deal with it. I have been tempted to maybe do a little bit of a hack to either lower those wheels or, probably lowering the wheels is the way to go. But I'm not even sure that I'll do it because he's just so cool looking. And his car mode, even the fact that it's so faceted because of all of the intricate ways that the panels fit into each other, he's just very, very interesting. And I like the car mode, and yeah, it's a way too low rider, but gosh, it's a nice vehicle, and it's a nice figure. So I still am glad that I got him, and I'm happy to own him. And even if the bottom scrapes a little bit, I mean, I've seen cars here around Pittsburgh that are that low, and every time they go over a bump, they're just grinding metal off the bottom of the car. So you know, that's 2020, folks. That's just some people. That's just the way that they roll, and apparently this is the way that he rolls, just barely. So yeah, I recommend him. But just be aware that is a known issue, and it's worse when he's still got that little vent on top of his head. You shave off the vent, and it does make things fit a little bit better. So yeah, let's see. That is him, and let's just. So I just wanted to show. I've got since we've got pieces of Fasttrack here, and we've got. Let's see if I can do quick assembly. Make him into a dude again. There we go. And dude, be a dude. You know, don't be rude. Be a dude. I don't know what I'm doing. So getting back on the fast track to success. Oh, I'm sorry. That was terrible. I apologize. I won't do that again. Get that thing on there, and then we'll just stick that little thing. So we've got fast track, right? And oh, yeah. I guess I should flip his there. Okay, so there. Now we've got fast track, and he is a parts former. Well, one of the things that I love about parts formers is seeing what I can do with them, and so I wanted to show something. I've got some of the other parts formers. So this is Brunt. And this is the modern take on the purple cannon tank thing that came with the original Triptychon, reimagined as another parts former. And I just wanted to show the snake mode that I have given him, because I mean that's fun. There we go. Yeah. So that is Serpent Mode Brunt. And then we'll just set him over here. He is precariously balanced. And then I've also got Power Dasher, Zatar, and Chromar. And what's great is having them augment each other to create a combiner form. So that is my combiner form of Zatar and Chromar. And then, of course, I also had Six Gun and Cog, and they are also combined. Here, let's put Serpent Mode Brunt. And you know, I haven't had fast track long enough to figure out a cool combiner mode to give him with Brunt, you know, or you know, combining Brunt and fast track. But I think that's my next goal is to put Brunt and fast track together and see what kind of combined robot mode I can do with him. And I just thought that I would show those because it's a lot of fun. And that's that's what makes guys like these so cool. And I'm just going to throw out that if you need to drill a few extra 5mm holes, you know, they already got holes all over them. It's okay. I give you permission. I'm not going to be selling this toy. So, and hopefully, if, you know, after I die, I'll have become so famous as a YouTube star that Monica can sell my surgically altered toys at an extreme profit. So Kyoji says the new Runamuck is a billion times better than Cybertron Runamuck, who was decoed based on Runabout and was a retool of Armada Sideswipe, which is an abomination of a transformer. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is Treadshot. He is another recolor of Sideswipe or Runabout or Runamuck. He's got a motorcycle parked in his ass. He's got a motorcycle parked in his... Yeah. Oh my gosh. I had forgotten about this guy. So I think that this is a good time to talk about Thanksgiving. 1 week from today, we are going to do a Transformers live stream because you know, there's a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of people are recommending that maybe you don't travel for the holidays. Of course, you know, make your own your own judgments, but whatever you do, just be safe. But if it turns out that your holiday plans are not going to be as eventful as they have been in previous years, we're going to be here and we're going to do a live stream. And I don't know how long of a live stream it's going to be, but our theme is going to be Transformer turkeys. You know, the ones that are kind of unfortunate. So, you know, I'm like, if I were just to pick a Transformer completely at random, Oh, Wheelie, I didn't see you there. So yeah, we're going to talk about Transformer turkeys, the guys that just aren't as good as you want them to be, or that have, you know, problems. So that's going to be the live stream 1 week from today on Thanksgiving. And, you know, keep your eyes open on our Twitter and everything to see when that's going to happen. Also, if you haven't already, I'm going to ask that anybody who hasn't, click the notification bell, because what Monica was noticing is that when I schedule a live stream, it doesn't show up anywhere except for in her notifications. So, if you want to find out when we're doing something, click the notification bell. And also, speaking of things that are coming up, we are doing our Devastator live stream, and this is part 1 of a series, because there have been a lot of Devastators and a lot of Constructicons, and so we're going to do Constructicons / Devastator. Anything Constructicon Devastator related, and tomorrow night we're going to be talking about Gen 1 Devastator and Robots in Disguise Devastator, and car robots, and we will be taking a look at a very special guest, the other Gen 1 Devastator. For those of you who don't know, don't spoil it for them, Koji. Because I know that you know the other Gen 1 Devastator. So yeah, we're gonna be doing Devastators, and it's gonna be fun, and that's coming up tomorrow night. So to wrap things up here, I'm just gonna say, Runamuck, I love him. Even though his wheels don't turn on the pavement, I don't care. He's just so cool. And he reminds me very much of the construction on the Alligator-Con. The plastic feels very much the same. The articulation is similar. The quality feels very similar, as opposed to the RC that came out recently that really almost feels like it was made from a different manufacturer. It feels lighter, it feels flimsier, it doesn't even look like it belongs in the same line. For those who don't remember, the Alligator-Con is awesome, love him. Runamuck is awesome, love him, highly recommend, fantastic playworthiness. Also Fasttrack. You know what? We're talking about a bunch of good guys tonight. We got good guys, and they're all a lot of fun. And I'm gonna have a lot of fun figuring out other things that I can do with this guy. If I do something cool, maybe I'll put it on my Instagram or something like that, or just show it at a future live stream. Because we jump around. That's what we do. Anyway, so. I think that is a good, complete review of both of these characters, and if they look interesting to you, then they are available at retailers right now, and if you buy them, I don't get anything. So, as I mentioned before, if you haven't, click the notification bell. If you like this live stream or you like any of the other videos, please click the thumbs ups, because that helps us to grow and helps YouTube to know that if you liked it, maybe somebody else out there might too, and so maybe the algorithm should show them that I exist. So, that's it. I hope that I see everybody here tomorrow night for Devastator, the awesome Devastator. Thank you so much to everybody who has come out here on this Thursday evening. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Kyoji. Thank you, Mark Lungo. Thank you, Cheeky Boy. Thank you, Sean Shago. Thank you, Joy, and thank you, Go Andy Robo. Love that name. I'm going to write a song. I swear. I'm going to write a song called Go Andy Robo. And then you might sue me for trademark infringement. I don't know how that works with screen names. But nonetheless, thank you all for coming out and joining me tonight. It means everything to me that you joined me, because, this was a little one. This is even one of our big ones. So, thank you. Have a wonderful evening. I will see you tomorrow night. A toast to everyone. Have a wonderful evening.